Hello everyone, JS Bricks here with a review of set number 71717. Sorry, that's a bit of a tongue twister. Set came out in 2020, consists of 401 pieces, has 4 minifigures and retails for 30 USD, 25 Great British Pound and 25 Euro. Price actually went down there. The set is titled Journey to the Skull Dungeons and is designed to coincide with Season 13 of Ninjago. Now, I personally stopped watching Ninjago ages ago. I just couldn't get into it that much. But, I've always loved the sets. And, yeah, I think normally I would like to jump into the minifigures first, but I just want to get straight into this build because this build is... it's way more detailed than it has any right to be. So yes, as I said in the intro, this is way too detailed for that £25, 30 USD price tag. Okay, I mean, just look at it. To give you a bit of scaling, is my normal human test subject, Jimbo. This thing's immense. And of course, we're going to move it back a bit, actually, and move Jimbo out of the way. I think the best place to begin is probably here. So you begin at this little connection point here, and this is, again, for something so tiny, it's really detailed. Okay, there's a tile missing here, and you come around here, you can bend it like this. There's a sticker here, and this, of course, so you can get a minifigure, let's say J, and you place him here, and then you can just keep him hopping along wherever, up to here sort of thing. And this moves around, can go around like that, and around like that. Coming up, there's this one with a spider on it. It's one of the newest spider pieces. And again, just look at that detail here. These little, curse you fire. Again, another sticker pointing forward, and just like the tile missing to get that rocky terrain design. Then we come here. It's got this nice, very bizarre feel to it, especially this nice green fire piece. That I actually like the build for this candle. It's really interesting. It's really unique how they did that. And you might have noticed on the side, we had this little red lever. Now, in the game, we have a die. Okay? And you spin the die, which I'll get to in a minute. And let's say you land on a heart. Okay? You're bad, you're bad guys somewhere. You get here, you land on a heart, you're good. If you land on a skull, that's die's gone. Yeah, if you land on this skull here, so yeah, I should probably get into this first actually. Move one spot, you're fine. Move 2 spots, you die, sort of thing. I believe that's how the game works. So that's 3 spots and you're good, 2 spots and you're not so good. And it's designed to correspond with this whole thing. And when you press this button, Jay's gone. And that is actually a pretty simple mechanism to how they did that. Just very simply. The whole mechanism is just that. So when you put Jay on, that's laying down, Jay standing up. The second you flick it, it erects up like that. And Jay loses his weapon because it got caught on the fire. And I generally think that's such a uniquely simple play feature. And it's just so fun to do. Like, I built that bit first and I just got really excited. And this whole bit here can be taken off. So you could just get a better look at this. And look at it already. This is already so detailed for 25 quid. Like, the design elements to give it that rocky texture. Now, move that aside for now. If you're wondering why it disconnects like that, is because this whole thing is designed to connect to the Skull Sorcerer's dungeon, and there's a bit from the dragon that you connect it to, so yeah. And then there's this main bit, which once again is just overly detailed. For starters, there's a little hole on the side here, which lets you see a little blue crystal. Interesting. But I mean, I have to root my camera back up for this. Too far. Perfect. Look at it. This is 25 quid, 30 USD. You know, €24. Starters, there's these pretty awesome step builds. Which I gotta say, I love how those steps were built. Mostly just with the tiling and building it all up. It comes right around here. And upsy-dupsy. And back here, that's where that crystal is. The crystal's back there. Anyway, bringing it back around here, you can see, you know, they've got these two little fangs here, which I built these little, I believe they're teeth pieces for like some, I believe it's called, I can't remember what it's called, like when the crave dips down. A little bit of lava here coming out from the stone bit. A really small bit of detail here. And again, you can see another connection point for the main big set. I'll get back to this in a minute. Putting it around here though. You see the lava comes under here, and they've actually built it under here. And it comes down like that. Same here, they've got this very bizarre level of depth to the whole thing, which just looks amazing in person. And again, I want to remind you, this is 25 quid, you know, €24. This is cheap. And it's by far one of the most detailed sets I think I actually have owned. And of course, spinning around to the back side, this is a Ninjago set, so little hoppity-doppity. The big ugly rock piece, which I bet you didn't even notice around the front. There's the big ugly rock piece back there. Oh yeah, another thing. Moving these up, these little support pillars. You can never see there's a bit of scribbling under there. And again, I really actually think I like these support features. I think they're one of my favorite things because they just add a canonical reason to why this is able to stand up here. But like spinning around here, more connection points inside of that big little rock piece. Little diamond here, back of this. And you can sort of already see the mechanism for this cage, but I'll get to that in a minute. Starting down here though, this is a bed. There's a little bed down there. And of course we're going to take my test subject, Jimbo, stick him in there, you can see what that looks like. And yeah, it's a pretty unique build for a bed. It's very hard to do one-handed. And I really like how they use that ingot piece in white for the pillow. That's generally such a cool, you know, use of a piece that I wouldn't even think of. So, you know, give Lego credit. They're not, you know, they're not going as downhill as some people might make out that they are. Anyway. Oh, that's too bright. Heading up top, we have this little cauldron build. I lost the thing that was meant to be in there, by the way, so sorry about that. But again, you've got more fire pieces. This, move the epic sword out of the way. You've got this really nice build for like wooden planks. And they should look like that, but it's like it's fallen down, and that's such, just again, a lovely small detail that works. Final boss standing there, like that's what you're trying to get to. Love the little build for fire. And even again, look at the detail around it. With the cheese slope pieces in all those different directions. Of course, the fire is green because it's scary. And of course, there's this nice, it kind of reminds me of Japanese architecture, this. I suppose that makes sense because it's Ninjago. And of course, this is what you're trying to get. This sword piece. Which, again, to give you a context of how big it is, and why I think a recolor of it would be great for like a custom cloud from Final Fantasy VII. Look at the size of that thing. Repaint it, retexture it, and you've got Cloud's weapon from Final Fantasy. Pretty big, and it looks so cool. There's another version of this in some of the other sets where the black's white and the white's black, but I don't like that design as much as this. And if anybody knows Japanese or speaks it, or like can translate what this means here, because I know Ninjago has this weird like Japanese language that it has. So if anybody knows what that says or should say, let me know down below, because that would be nice to know. Anyway, pop the back here. Your final point of interest is this. Now I'm sure you've already noticed the red Technic pin. That's a sign. I think we'll start with the cage itself. Okay, not how I wanted it to come off, but that will do. Looking at this cage size, it's one of my favourite cage builds we've seen. It uses this newer piece up top here to figure this nice, and it's actually pretty stable. Feel bad for my desk, but yeah, this is a pretty stable design. Pretty interesting opening mechanism using those two katanas. And of course you open it like that, and then you get one of your figures. Let's stick Lloyd. No, it's Lloyd, not Lloyd. You can stand him up, but it takes a bit of difficulty to get him in there because his head's a bit large. And when you've got larger fingers, it's kind of difficult to maneuver him. So I just prefer to sit the figure down in here. It's just easier for me. That's Lloyd trapped. And then you stick this, you reattach it here. And yeah, now, a lot of the time, I've seen people complaining, Lego has these here, but they do nothing. But watch this. You can actually turn it up like this. And that is just here. So it's a really nice feature where you turn left, this whole thing moves left, and lets the chain unravel so that it can retouch the ground. And this bit here can be maneuvered up and down, which is better tested when you roll it up like this, it causes that to go up. So it's best to just give it a little knock, and it hangs out like that. And I generally like that feature. Such a simple design, but so easy to do. Like, you literally just twist it one way and then t'other. Such a simple design. And again, to give you a context of just the size, My bad guy. But yeah, to give you an idea of how a game would work with this. There we go, clip it in. Clip it out. I first have to show you this. I lost Nia's shoulder pads, by the way, so ignore that. This is their little life station, okay? Their game, so it's got game points. You stick your figure here, so, and you have 3 lives. So if Jay was just ejected from here, he loses 1 life. Once you lose all 3 lives, you're done, basically. And I think this is such a cool feature, and looks so good. Like, it looks great in person, and it works flawlessly as a design. To give you an idea of how a game would be played, take Jay, put him at the start there, and then we'll take our little spinner, stick Nia into it with her, Nia? Yeah, Nia. Good, put her spear in there for now. Stick her in the die, and spin. Again, that spins really easily. If you're wondering actually how that spins, they've got a little stud under there. So when you get balance here, and then you just twist it like that. It spins really well, and it's just such a fun play feature. And that one landed on 1 and a skull. So I believe I move it 1 forward, and if I'm playing this right, I lose a life. I believe that's how the game's played. And then you keep going. 3 and a life, so I can come up to here, defeat the bad guy. 3, and then I basically keep going till I'm up here, and I get the magic sword. It's that simple. But anyway, now I've gone through my very shoddy and most likely inaccurate, how to play a Lego game instruction manual thing. Let's get into those figures, because they are extraordinary. I figured we would start with my favourite figure, and it's this, I believe he's referred to as an orc. I can't quite remember. The box is long since destroyed, because, as some of you know, I'm not very good at keeping boxes for very long before I build the channel. We'll start with the legs, because there's a pretty decent detail. First of all, he's entirely this nice sand green colour, and it looks astounding. Like, it really is just one of the best colour schemes for a figure. But yeah, he comes with this pretty decent axe build, nothing special. We've seen it before in other sets, other waves, nothing useful. The actual figure himself, though, is just one of those unique figures. For starters, sand green all up. He's got this nice male skirting going on here, with a waistband here that's got this nice like bandaged feel. It looks very savage, very brutish. And I think that's what they were going for, and it works fine. You may also barely be able to see, but there's some nice silver teal detail along his legs here. Maybe you see a bit better there. There's all of his legs there. And if I tilt him back here, you can see it's on his torso. He's got a pretty decent six-pack. My dude's been working out in quarantine. Unlike me, I've just been eating ice cream, really. More of that nice teal, like, scaling. And then he has this just amazing, like, neck piece here. Okay, it's got spikes there because it's spiky. And this backed piece here where it looks very scully, like bony. It's very interesting design. It's one of those designs where it's just really interesting and amazing just to look at. I think this came from Lego, of all people. Then you get to his head mold. Well, not his head mold, just his head. Oh, you can see the scaling bit there. He's got big bushy eyebrows, bright yellow eyes, and his teeth. He's got big teeth. And again, he's got more, scaling and just blue scales going up his face. It looks so much better in person. You can't really, maybe if I... There we go. That might actually be better, oddly enough. There we go. Yeah, you can see the scaling just a bit better here. It generally doesn't look like a blur in real life. It's got way more form to it in real life. It's hard to get on camera, honestly. Moving his... Oh, bloody hell. There we go. You can see a bit better on the head there, actually scaling. And it is pretty amazing, unique build for like a bun, like a big ponytail on top. That sort of design would be great for a Zuko minifigure, actually, from Avatar. By the way, there is a Avatar Last Airbender Lego Ideas project. Go to Lego Ideas, support it, please. Not made it or anything like that, but it's a cool one, and I recommend you go check it out. For now, though, let's get back to the review. Now, he is without his, mail on, his weird thing. And you can see he's got this nice rock necklace, which I don't really know what to think of, other than the fact, like, it's a rock necklace. What do you want me to say? It's hard, it's rocky. It's got, again, though, a nice feel to it, and again, more of that shading on the back detail there. You can see a bit better there, where it's a bit scaly-like, and I like that. And to give you an idea of what the vest looks like the other way around, there you go. This is Jimbo in No Man's Land. Neat. This is Lloyd! Yeah. I like that name, Lloyd. Who even comes up with that name, Lloyd? Like 2 L's instead of 1? Okay, whatever. Green Ninja. My favourite colour's green. Well, no, my favourite colour's purple, but green's one of my favourite colours. That's why I like the Hulk and Riddler so much. But yeah. Here's Lloyd in his Season 13 outfit. And I just want to say, mwah, by God, this is one of my favourite seasons of, like, sets and waves for figures, okay? Starters, nice green arm printing. Well, not printing, but nice green arm. This is the sword from the Lego Ninjago movie. It's got this nice, like, bent sword sort of feel to it. Kind of like the, how is it? The Saudi Arabian flag, actually. It looks like to me. And it's got this nice piece they got here from the Lego Ninjago movie, just for like a little chain or something. You can see his feet here. They have pretty nice like robe detailing, which continues that nice triangular pattern. And some more on his legs there. Nothing on his back there. His torso's got this nice ninja dragon piece. Like, piece of metal here, sort of. I think that's meant to be more armor. Put a nice dragon on it. On mine, it's a bit faded. Doesn't really show up on camera, but it's a bit faded around the edges. And you can see he's got some leather there and leather there. Just like straps. A nice belt. darker green there to represent like maybe how it's folded. And then there's this really beautiful shield piece, new for 2020. Like, the shield piece ain't nothing new, it's cap shield. But that printing right there, well, as I was saying, that printing right there is just amazing. Like, this is so detailed. It's got the mouth, the eyes, the whiskers, I don't know what they're called. And it's so detailed. And then coming around back, he's got this new like shoulder piece here. The shoulder pad there with the silver arm. And then the rest of his torso is, again, follows the same pattern with the green and the silver. Because you've got the mask here. It's got this nice, what's it called? Not a mask. It's a ninja helmet. And it's got this green, like, silver dual mode. With the silver being here and here. And, oh, Jesus, TV, die. My TV just decided it wants to turn on now. It's got green and gold. And like I said, it's just one of those newer style hood pieces, I guess. Looks alright. Don't particularly like it. And if we pull it off, you can see we've got that nice Lego Ninjago movie face. I don't really like the eyes being green. Never been a fan of coloured Lego eyes, honestly. But not that bad, actually. We've got this more cock. Oh, you can't really see it, but there's a terminal look there. And if we actually take off that and change to his more angry expression, and here you can see he continues to have that just astounding level of back detail, the diamonds and whatnot, and the leather belts. Pretty nice. By far, one of the best ninja designs off this wave is Nia. Nia, yay! Starters, she has this nice little bit of... For starters, she's gunmetal grey all over, pretty much. Which is pretty badass. A bit of blue sticking out there to represent how the belt wraps around. Cloth belt, and it jangles down there. Chainmailed sort of skirt. Little line details that just represent increasing in their clothing. Black, you've got the hip design here to make the hips look thinner. Black line that goes under there to represent how it's folded. She has this pretty big spear piece, which I'm going to take off. Tan arm there. And she's got like wool under here. Maybe to represent that it's like winter clothing? Or something along those lines. She looks quite Viking-y, actually. She's got this really nice blue detailing on her breastplate here, which looks amazing. Same with the new shield piece, still looks amazing. I personally prefer Nia's, hood with the dual mold, just because the gunmetal grey to the light grey doesn't look as sharp, in my opinion, and I just prefer that. And taking her head off, and breaking my stand in the process because it's a flimsy flipping 2x2 stand. Hey, we can get her back up now. You can see that Nia's once again using that newer style Ninjago head. And on the back, detailing continues. Oh look, she's happier now. She's made good life decisions. Let's move on to our last minifigure. Here is Jay. For starters, I'll start with the reason why I like this figure. I like this mace design. Using that diamond piece there, just adds so much detail. Look, you can actually get it to swing if you move the figure violently enough. Yeah, popping that off. I don't think we'll be seeing that anytime soon. I forgot to show you, you could actually plop the shield on the back like that. I don't really like that, but something you could do. Hey, it's something you could do. Not my toy, your toy. Do what you want with it, really. Oh! I saved it. I really need a better stand. Dark blue legs. More detailing. Just like, again, that nice cloth detailing. is one of the reasons why I like the Ninjago figures, but I don't really like the show. The show's just not my, it's never been my forte. Lego shows are not my thing, really. I'd rather be watching Breaking Bad. Nice blue, like, quiltage for the waistband. Again, it's the same on the back. You can see it coming around. He's definitely the most plain. Like, he's got this nice shield piece here on his chest for extra armor design with a nice bit of detailing in there. But other than that, this is one of the most plain figures. And popping off the head, which I'm going to do off camera because I'm scared that I'm going to shatter my flipping stand into oblivion. We have JJ. Again, he's just so bland. Like, seriously, that's Jay. That's Lloyd. And that's Nia. If you're wondering what happened to Lloyd's arm, I lost Nia's original silver arm, so I replaced it with another tan arm, and for the review I swapped the silver arm back in and turned Jay's silver arm, Lloyd's silver arm off. But ignore that for now. Just look how undetailed he is compared to the other two. Leg detailing's fine, but the torso detailing's just not there. Jay's just so boring as a figure. I just don't like this figure, okay? Don't think I ever will like any of Jay's figures because they're just so bland compared to the rest. But without further ado, let's get into the final verdict. Well, without further ado, let's get into the final verdict. So, I guess we're going to start with, of course, as we do, minifigures. On a scale of 1 to 10, where do I rate the minifigures? I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. I hate Jay, but I can see why people would like a figure, It's got a simple sort of design to it. It's not that special. Don't really like it, but, I'm not going to take away so many points when you have this amazing, outstanding Nia figure, this amazing, outstanding Jay, and this beautiful abomination. Why would I take away the points? And again, he's not an awful figure. Like I said with the clankers in the 5 battle pack, it's just, he's a letdown compared to the rest. But that doesn't mean he's necessarily bad. So, scale of 1 to 10, 10 out of 10 for the minifigures. Playability. Right. Normally, as you guys know, I'm a bit harsh on imaginative play. Older LEGO fans like myself aren't going to be playing with them so much as we are going to be displaying them, but you still want a bit of playability to it. And where do I rate this on playability? I think I'm going to give it a solid 9 out of 10. Okay. You can rearrange the terrain however you want. There's plenty of room to place figures. There's the game. There's that. So, yeah, I'm going to give it a solid 9 out of 10. Plus that wench mechanism. I love it too much. Finally, design. And like I said at the beginning of the video, this set is criminally good. 25 quid is not, well, it might be expensive to some, but when it comes to LEGO, 25 quid isn't that expensive for a set. And 25 quid sets are normally on the, cheaper end. So, getting this much detail, like I said, here, that much detail for 25 quid is outstanding. And it has no right to be this good, but this is all beautiful. I love it. And you could easily, and I've seen this on Instagram, you could easily turn this into your own special D&D sort of thing. I love this set. So, what's my final verdict? Well, I'd say 10 plus 9. I give the playability 9 out of 10. And the design's getting 10 out of 10. So, 29 out of 30. Almost a perfect set. But I've got to knock one, point off just for the playability. I'm never into imaginative play. But other than that, it's an amazing set. If I had a younger child that was into LEGO, well, I have a younger brother that's into LEGO, so same thing really. Would I buy him the set? Yeah. They're going to have a lot of fun with it. The build's not that complicated, but I'd still build it for a younger child. But like I said, they're going to have so much fun. They're going to, you've got enough figures, enough room to play the figures, enough, modification you can apply to it. I reckon a younger child's going to have so much fun with this set. Would I recommend it to an older Ninjago fan? Yes. It's a cheap and easy way to get Lloyd, Nia, and Jay. Cole and Kai are a bit harder to get. Same as Zane. Zane and Cole you can get in a 30 quid set. Kai's only in 2 big expensive sets, so I think he's the hardest one to get. But it's a pretty cheap and easy way to get 3 pretty good figures. Plus that amazing, troll guy. And it doesn't feel incomplete. And would I recommend it to an adult, like just as a display thing? Not really. I feel like this caters to a special type of audience, though. Fantasy, cave sort of things, I wouldn't recommend this to like just a regular Lego adult guy if they didn't know what Ninjago was or didn't care for it. Like, I don't watch the show, but I still care for the theme, sort of thing. So, I really think I'd recommend this to a Ninjago fan, and maybe even to some adults, because it's got this nice feel for it, design. But I really wouldn't recommend it to other types of adults who are completionists, because it's, you've got to connect it to some other things. But other than that, yeah, an outstanding set, outstanding figures, outstanding all round. And as I say at the end of every one of my videos, well, I'm going to start that now actually, this channel is really just a passion project. I'm doing it for myself, but also for you guys. So be sure to comment. I'm going to try to comment and talk to all of you down below. When we hit 50, my goal is 50 subscribers. I really want to reach that goal by Christmas, if not sooner. That would be, honestly, just amazing. Like, you would not know what that would mean to me. But even if we don't, it would just be nice to see how far we can get by Christmas. And, just have a lovely day. Be sure to like, subscribe, and remember, just remember you're special, you are amazing, and I can't be doing this without you. So look after yourselves, and have a good one. Bye.